Today we are going to learn about cross multiplication method. That is the first topic, and there is one more topic we are going to deal with today. So what is cross multiplication method? By the name it means you are going to multiply in a cross manner. Cross. So let me take one example. Say 2x plus 3y minus 46 is equal to 0. This question is from example 14. So it was given as a statement problem. I have just taken the equations directly over there. Here you have 3x plus 5y minus 74 is equal to 0. This is the first equation. This is the second equation. This is a very easy method, but errors are more here while doing. So be careful, but it is very easy when compared to elimination and substitution method. Okay, now for that, there's just a method. So derivation, you can just read your textbook. There is a big derivation, how they have brought, they multiplied using elimination method, they are come to the cross multiplication method. But for using this method, we are just going to learn what we are going to write. So now we have one x column, one y column, and one column. Because there is no z or anything, I am writing 1 here. So first, now have this is a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2, c2. Okay, I need to write it in proper order. It should be a1, b1, c1, a1, b1. Like this we have to write. Similarly, write 2 for everything. Okay, so we'll just substitute how we are going to get that. So we'll write 2, 3, 2, 3. Then we have 3, 5, 3, 5, minus 46 and minus 74. Then again 2, 3 and 3, 5. Okay, these many columns we require. Better write it in between like this so that it becomes very easy for our cross multiplication, because everything we are going to do cross here. Okay, all the things has to be cross. So let me rub this off, this part and all. This column is of no use, but simply we are writing just because we do not miss. Many a times it happens that we do not write the first column and just write x and this column, and we replace b column with a. That becomes a wrong answer. So that's why 2, 3 is using that is 2 and 3. It is not mandatory, but it is optional just for reducing the error. So what will be the answer here is x by divided by y by something is equal to 1 divided by something. Okay, what is this something? We are using the cross multiplication method. So for this we have 3 into minus 74. 3 into minus 74 is minus 222. Okay, 74 into 3 is here 12. 7 3 is 21, 22. 222, correct? Then you have minus of minus, that is plus. Then you have 46 into 5. 46 into 5, double of 46 is 92. Or I'll take half of 46. Half of 46 is 23. So it is going to be plus 230, and y. For y, we are going to multiply by this column, that is 46 into 3. So what is 46 into 3 going to be? This is 18. This is 4 into 3 is 12, 113. So minus 138. Then you have 74 into 2. That is minus of minus is going to be plus. That is 148. And you have 1 divided by 2 into 5. Like this. X you are going to like this. Cross, cross, cross. You are starting with a cross and then making another line on all that. So you have again 2 into 5, that is 10. Then you have 3 into 3 minus 9. So here you have to write b1 c2 minus c1 b2. Okay, similar you are going to get. So since you have one minus sign extra, you are getting minus plus here. Otherwise it has to be in this format. Okay, here also it is the same, that is c1 a2 minus a1 c2, and here it is going to be of the format. Here it is going to be of the format. Here it is B1 C1, so it is A1 B2 minus B1 A2. This is a cyclical manner how you are going to get that. So the thing that we learned in the previous, that is while geometrically, when we were explaining the pair of linear equations into variables, we got a pair of lines. Okay, what do we infer from that pair of lines is what we are going to learn next. Okay, next we have three types of lines, pair of lines, right? First was intersecting, then was parallel and coincident. Okay, now we are dealing with how many solutions these can have, but graphically we already knew how many solutions they could have. So but simply we are going to learn based on A1 B2 how it is given in the textbook. So what was the conditions for being intersecting was, it was A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. Okay, seeing that condition, because it is intersecting, okay, because it is intersecting, there is only one point. That is our graphical meaning how we are going to tell. So similarly, as in even in algebra, you can just tell that, you can tell that it is going to have only one, that is unique, only one and only one solution. Yes, that is what you are going to infer, only one solution that is very unique for this pair. Okay, now we have parallel lines. In parallel lines, you are getting A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is not equal to C1 by C2. You have parallel lines like this. They do not intersect at any point. You can tell that no solution occurs. No solution occurs. So just by the previous thing, we understood that it has to be x by B1 C2 minus C1 B2 is equal to y by, after B comes C, cyclical, C2 after C A2 minus A1 C2, that is equal to 1 divided by, what we are going to get is A1 B2 minus B1 A2. Okay, in this condition you can tell that A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, or if I cross multiply, I'll get A1 B2 is equal to B1 A2, or if I take minus, if I bring this to the left hand side, this comes to be minus and I can equate it to 0. So A1 B2 minus B1 A2, in this case, that is a parallel case, it is going to be 0. That is, the denominator of some number is going to be 0. That means it has infinity. It becomes 1 by 0 form, which is not defined. So it cannot have any solution. While B1 C2 and C1 minus B1 C2, those two expressions are not equal to 0, because their ratios are not going to be equal, because C1 and this ratio is not equal. Okay, so what is the condition for coincident? If it has to be coincident, then it should be A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. You'll get three cases like this. That means that all the three denominators in this case is going to be 0. Okay, that means that there can be any number of values for which x is equal to y, because in both these cases also you are going to get 0 in the denominator. So whatever will be the value of x, the value of y can be there. Same value of y can be there based on the given two equations. Okay, so it is going to have infinitely many solutions. Infinitely many solutions, since it is going to have the coincident lines, right? Since they are coincident lines, they are going to have infinitely many solutions. Every point on both of the lines are going to be the solutions for that pair of linear equations. Okay, next we'll move on to the exercise, that is exercise 3.5. Okay, now we have exercise 3.5. In exercise 3.5, the first question is about it is asked which has no solution, which has infinitely many solutions, and the unique solution. That is the first case. Okay, so there are 3 cases, right? You have 4 questions given. In this question it is given you need to use the cross multiplication method in order to find out whether it is going to be the one of these 3 cases. So directly you are going to use that table type form. Table, I mean that 1 2 3 4 like that, so many numbers. So in that form they are asked. Anyhow you can find out, maybe the previous one was more convenient when it was a1 by a1 by a2, b1 by b2. That is more convenient than this one. So you can just practice that question. It's not so important in that manner. So you can directly find out by a1 by a2 and all. So that is not so much important here. So you have the second question now here. Second question, the first subdivision gives for which of the following values of a and b does the pair of linear equations have infinitely many number of solutions. If it has to be having infinitely many number of solutions, it has to be a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. So we are going to take that case. So since c1 are in the right hand side, both of them, there is no problem. So which is ever, I am making minus c1 divided by minus c2, that is going to be c1 by c2 itself from my general form. So it is going to be a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. Now you have 2 divided by a minus b is equal to 3 divided by a plus b is equal to 7 divided by 3a plus b minus 2. Okay, you have 3 parts of this equation. So you need to take any 2 and form the equation. Since you are having 2 variables, you need at least 2. You can use either cross multiplication method or the elimination or any method for finding out. So let me take this 2. So the first, it becomes 2 of a plus b is equal to 3 times a minus b is the first equation. So this becomes 2a and 3a here. So a remains this side. You have minus 3b and 2b, that becomes 5b. That is the first part. Now we'll take the first and the last. That goes to be 2 into 3a plus b, 2 into 3a plus b minus 2 is equal to 7 times a minus b. Here you are not going to get the same thing. So better I can use the substitution method because it's direct here. That is better, I think. So you have your 6a and 7a here. So the right hand side becomes a. You have minus 7b and 2b here. 2b you bring it to the right hand side, it becomes minus 9b, a minus 9b, and here you have 2 into minus 2, that is minus 4. So let me mark this as the first equation and this is the second equation. I'll substitute first in the second equation. I'm going to get minus 4 is equal to 5b minus 9b, that is equal to minus 4b. Okay, minus 4 and minus 4 cancelled, you get b is equal to 1. B is equal to 1 is one of the for b. So what is a? From equation 1 I can tell that a is going to be 5. Therefore a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 1 is a required solutions for a and b of this. Okay, now we have a second part of the question in which it is given for which value of k this pair of linear equations into variables is going to have no solution. No solution in the sense they are going to be parallel. Okay, if they have to be parallel, then what is the condition is that a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2, that is not equal to c1 by c2. We should do something with that, not equal to. That means we should leave that value for which it is going to be equal. So this is the only condition that is coming here. So a1 by a2, what is that? That is 3 by 2k minus 1 and 1 by k minus 1. So that goes to be 3k minus 3 is equal to 2k minus 1. That becomes k is equal to 2. 2k you bring to the left hand side, it becomes 3k minus 2k. Then you have minus 3 to the right hand side, it becomes plus 3 minus 1 plus 3 is 2. So k is equal to 2 is the only one thing that you are going to get. So we'll just check whether it is going to be equal to that thing. So if we'll substitute that for c1 by c2. So c1 by c2 is going to be 1 by 2 into 2 plus 1, that is 1 by 7. Okay, 1 by 7, right? So what is a1 by a2? a1 by a2 is 3 divided by 2 into 2 minus 1. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 minus 1, 3. It is going to be 1. Therefore, it is not equal, right? It is not equal. Therefore, k is equal to 2 is going to be the solution for the given question where it is you are asked to find k. Okay. Next, we move on to the third and the fourth question. So now we have a third question. In the third question, it is given you need to solve pair of linear equations using the substitution method or the cross multiplication method. So substitution method is very easy. So I think you can do by yourself. Now you have a cross multiplication method that I have to teach you. So it is going to be x, y, 1. That was the column I used. So it comes to be 8, 3. So one more thing in this cross multiplication method is all this, even the c terms have to be coming to the left hand side. So it is 8x plus 5y minus 9 is equal to 0. It should be in this form so that it becomes very easy for me to substitute or write all the numbers here. So it has to be minus 4 here, or else minus 4 is equal to 0. This is 8, 3. This is 5, 2. Minus 9, minus 4. Okay, again 8, 3, 5, 2. Okay, now we'll write x divided by something and y divided by something, 1 divided by something. So x, so it is going to be cross 5 into minus 4, that is minus 20, minus of minus, so it is going to be plus. So 9 into 2 is 18 plus 18. Now we have y cross, that is minus 9. Minus 9 into minus 3 is minus 27. Minus of 1 minus is present here, so I'll put 1 plus here. So it is going to be my 4 into 8. 4 into 8 is 32. 32. Then you have your 1 into 1 cross multiplication, 8 into 2, that is 16. 3 into 5 is 15. Okay, how we are going to substitute here? Now we have x by minus 2 is equal to y divided by minus 27 plus 32 is going to be 5. 5 and 1 divided by 1. Okay, so now directly you can equate the first one with the last and the second one with the last. So what you are going to get is x is equal to minus 2 and y is equal to 5. X is equal to minus 2 and y is equal to 5 is a solution for the pair of linear equations in two variables. So in the next question, there is a statement problems. There are most of the questions are again and again repeating but in the different forms. The first question is like that. It's about a monthly hostel charges where there is a fixed and a charge per number of days. Okay, here it is number of days. So it was like the taxi one or the library thing. So it is going to be the same formation, but you can just solve using the cross multiplication method. The second question is also about a fraction. So I have already done in the substitution part itself. However, I am going to do the second part, whatever it is. I have done it already, but still I am going to do one example here also. That is, a fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator, and it becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to the denominator. You are asked to find the fraction. Okay, now we are writing, let the fraction be x by y in its simplest form. Okay, now in the first case it is given that 1 is subtracted from the numerator, that is, it is going to be x minus 1 divided by y, and the fraction is becoming 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Oh, now we are going to use the cross multiplication. Not this cross multiplication, cross multiply here. That is, it becomes 3x minus 3 minus y is equal to 0. Or I'll write it in that form, that is 3x minus y minus 3 is equal to 0. That is one equation. Now the second case, it is given that it becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to its denominator. 8 is added to its denominator. It is going to be 1 by 4. 1 by 4. Again cross multiplication. It is going to be 4x is equal to y plus 8, or by rearranging I can write 4x minus y minus 8 is equal to 0. So now here I'll use the cross multiplication method for solving. So x, y, 1, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 1, minus 3, minus 8. Then you have again 3, 4, minus 1, minus 1. So I'll write it here. X by something is equal to y by something is equal to 1 by something. Okay, x go to cross, minus 1 into minus 8 is going to be 8, minus 1 into minus 3 is 3. So it is going to be 8 minus 3. Now we have y. Minus 3 into 4 is minus 12. Minus of one more minus is there. So plus here 8 into 3 is going to be 24. Okay, now we have 1. So cross multiply from here. So it is going to be 3 into minus 1. It is minus 3. Then minus of minus 4. It is plus 4. So now the simplified is going to be x by 5 is equal to y by 12 is equal to 1. Okay. Therefore x by y. Here itself I'll bring it in the fraction form. So it's going to be x by y. 1 will leave here. X divided by y come to be 5 plus 5 by 12. 5 by 12. That is the fraction. 5 by 12 is the fraction. Directly you are getting here itself, rather than again writing that one more step over there. Okay. Now we have a different type of question. That is the third question is all about giving marks and how it is given. Okay. Okay, now we have a third question is all about marks. It's about a boy who is Yash. He scores 40 marks. 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. Had 4 marks been awarded for each correct answer and 2 marks can be deducted for each incorrect answer, Yash would have scored 50 marks. How many questions were there in the test? Okay, here you are assuming that he has attempted all the questions, right? It is given he has attempted all the questions. Now we are going to take that, let the number of first I'll take correct ones. Okay, let the correct ones, I want correct answer, right? So the number of correct ones answered be x and wrong ones be y. Okay, this much is all about telling which is x, what is y and all. So now directly we are forming the equation. In the first case, each correct answer get 3 marks. So 3 times the number of correct answers and deducted 1 mark for each wrong answer. So minus 1 into y, he gets 40 marks. Or I can write minus 40 is equal to 0. 3 multiplied the number of correct answers minus 1 into number of wrong answers is equal to 40, or I can bring it to left hand side, it becomes minus 40 is equal to 0. In the second case, if 4 marks were given here, and minus 2 marks were deducted for every wrong answer, so it becomes minus 2 into y, he would get 50. That is 4x, 4 times the number of correct answers minus 2 times correct wrong answers gives 50. That is equal to 50. I am bringing it to the left hand side as in the similar way, because I am going to use the cross multiplication method here. So again I am to write x, y, 1, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 40, minus 50, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2. I'm going to write x by something, y by something, z by something. Okay, cross. So it is going to be minus of minus 50, it is plus 50, minus 2 into 40, that is 80, then y divided by 40 into 4, that is minus 160, minus of minus comes to be plus, because 1 minus is here, there is plus here, so only 1 minus, so it's minus of minus plus, so 50 into 3 is 150, 150 you have. Okay, here it is not z, right? This is 1. So you have cross here 3 into minus 2, that is minus 6. Minus of 1 minus is present only, so only it becomes plus. So 1 into 4, that is 4 here. That becomes x divided by 50 minus 80, that is going to be minus 30. Minus 30. Then what is y? Y is becoming minus 10, and 1 divided by here minus 2. Okay, minus. So we minus I'll cancel minus. So cancel off 2 also. 2, this becomes 5, and this becomes 15. So since the last one is 1 now, because I have cancelled minus and also my 2 also, so I can just write x is equal to 15, y is equal to 5. X is equal to 15 and y is equal to 5 in the case. Therefore the question is, you are asked how many questions were in the test. So the number of questions in the test are the number of correct ones and the wrong ones. That is, you are going to add. It becomes x plus y, that is 20. 20 is the answer for the given question. That is, there were 20 questions in the given test. Okay, now we have our fourth question. The fourth subdivision is, there are two places A and B that are 100 kilometers apart on a highway. Okay, one car starts from A and another car starts from B from the same time. If the cars travel in the same direction but at different speeds, they meet in 5 hours. Okay, they travel towards each other, then they meet in 1 hour. What are the speeds of the two cars? Okay, so you need to have for this 2 points of your own imagination. So this is A and this is B, that is 100 kilometers apart from each other. Okay, let me take a particular direction. So the car in the first case is going to be like this. So at B also it is going to come in this direction. So this question is all about physics in the first part, because you are going to learn how it is relative speed or relative velocity mean. So if it is going in the same direction, the relative speed is going to be their difference. So okay, let me take what is the speeds. Let the speeds of car A and car B be x and y kilometer per hour respectively. Okay, this much we have got now. So say this is x and this is y. I'm considering x to be, since they have to meet, that means that the second car is farther than the given point. Say they are going to meet at this point in the first case, so this has to be faster in order to meet this point. That is common sense. So x has to be faster than y. So their difference, that is a relative velocity, in such a case is going to be the difference, because they are going in the same direction. So their difference becomes x minus y. So this is the speed. In the question it is given only about how much, that is the hours. 5 hours is given. So for this we need to know some more physics, that is distance is equal to speed into time. Speed into time. So distance is 100, speed is this much, and time is 5 hours. Distance was 100 because they were only this much apart. So the relative distance they have covered, or the relative distance that A has covered with respect to B, will be only 100 kilometers. So I can write it as 100 here. So I can cancel off 5, this becomes 20. Therefore it is x minus y is equal to 20, or x minus y minus 20 is equal to 0 is the first one. Okay, the second one is, there are 2 points again, A and B. This is moving here with x kilometer, but R and Y is moving here. They are going to meet somewhere in between 100 kilometers. So the total distance here also they are going to cover with respect to each other is 100 kilometers itself, right? Since the total distance of A and B is going to be 100, the total distance that is covered here and here at total is going to be 100. here while we consider only A is going to be 100 kilometers faster than B for attaining that point, but here that is not the case. So the relative velocity as they're moving towards each other is going to be the sum. So it is x plus y. The time given is 1 hour and it is going to be again 100 kilometers. Therefore you can tell x plus y is equal to 100 or minus 100 is equal to 0. Okay, now we'll use the cross multiplication method again. 1 1 minus 1 1 minus 20 minus 100 1 1 minus 1 1. Okay, now it becomes x cross 100. Then now minus of minus is again plus, this becomes 20. Now you have y divided by minus 20 into minus 20 into 1 is minus 20. Then minus of minus is plus 100. Then you have 1 divided by 1, minus of minus is plus, that becomes 2. So you are getting it x is equal to x divided by 120 is equal to y divided by 80, that is equal to 1 divided by 2. So you are going to get 40 here and you are going to get 60 here. Since this is going to be 1 now, so you can tell x is equal to 60 and y is equal to 40 kilometers per hour. Therefore the speed at which A and B go is 60 km per hour and 40 km per hour respectively. Okay, now you have your fifth question. The fifth question is a different type where it is given about area. Till now we were only maximum having a question about a rectangle with the perimeter. Perimeter was simple because you are going to get only x plus y. Here you are going to get x into y. What do we do with that x into y? There is going to be a problem with that. Okay, you can see a question here. The question is the area of a rectangle reduced by 9 square units if its length is reduced by 5 units and the breadth is increased by 3 units. If we increase the length by 3 units and the breadth by 2 units, the area increases by 67 square units. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. So this is the fifth subdivision, right? So let me take, let the length be equal to x centimeters, right? Or units it's given, so units, and breadth be equal to y units. So you have a rectangle here that is x, or I'll take y and this is x. So its area is going to be x into y. In the first case it is given that it is reduced, length is reduced by 5 units. Okay, so you should know that the area of the rectangle is length into breadth. That is very simple, right? So it is, this is added to 3, so that you are going to get the original area. Because it was x and y, the original area was x into y in the case. So it is given that it is reduced by 9. So this becomes xy minus 9. Therefore it is now just multiplication. That becomes xy minus 5y plus 3x minus 15 is equal to xy minus 9. The thing here is directly you are going to get xy cancelled. You are getting 3x minus 5y minus 15 and minus 6. So it becomes minus 6. This is the first equation. But till now we have found out the first equation. In the second equation it is given that it is going to be the length is going to be increased by 3 units, that is x plus 3, and y is going to be increased by 2 units. Okay, that is going to be 67 more than the real thing. So it is going to be xy plus 3y plus 2x plus 6 is equal to xy plus 7. So xy and xy cancel. It is going to be 2x plus 3y minus 1, not to 67, right? 67, so it is going 61 is equal to 0. Now you get x, y, 1. So write this below this. That becomes easy for substitution and all. So this is 3, 2, minus 5, 3, minus 6, minus 61, 3, 2, minus 5, 3. Okay, x divided by something. y divided by something, 1 divided by something. Okay, x divided by minus 5 into minus 61. So that is going to be 1. So for that we need to multiply by 2 and then divide by 2 and then multiply by 10, because you are going to multiply by 5. So that is an easier way. Rather than multiplying by 5, dividing by 2 is an easier thing. So you are going to get 30.5. That is, if you multiply by 10, you are getting 305. 305. Then you have minus of minus, that is plus. Then 6 into 3 is going to be 18. Now we have your y. 6 into minus 6 into 2 is minus 12. Then minus of minus is plus. 61 into 3 is going to be here 3 and 183. Okay, then you have 3 into 3 is 9. Minus of minus is plus. 5 into 2 is 10. Okay, what we are going to get here is x divided by 305 plus 18 is 328 plus 5 is 323. And you get y divided by 183 minus 12, that is 171, is equal to 1 by 19. So most of the cases, whenever it comes to the statement problems, you always get a number and not fraction and such things. So it is going to be a whole number, however, whatever it is. Only when it comes to the case of just given the equation and then solve, only in such cases you are going to, most of the cases you are going to get the fraction and some nonsense answers. But here you are going to get a number itself. So I need to be sure. So just by seeing these numbers, they are not going to get divided by something. So maybe you have a 19 here. So both of them can be divided by 19. That you should know. So we are getting 19. 19 nines are 171. And this is going to be divided when it is 17. Okay, I'll just try how it is. 17 through 323 divided by 19. So 19 ones are 19. This is going to be 3. 133. 133 I'll get. Approximately I'll think about 20 and then take which number is going to be very near to this. So if I consider 20, it is going to be 140. Yeah, 7 times 20 is 140. When it is 7 less than 140, that means that 19 into 7 is going to be 133. 133 and 0 and so many things away here. So what I'm going to get here is x is equal to 17 and y is equal to 9 are going to be the answers for this. That is, the length of the given rectangle is 17 units and the breadth of the given rectangle is 9 units. That's it.